Stuart, I don't even know where to begin there, but try and assess that 97 minutes of football.
I think where I start, Scott, is that I have to commend the players. I thought the players were outstanding again today, I really did. To a man, I thought that they tried to carry out their job and their role against top level opposition, and I thought that they were fantastic in doing so through spells of the game. I acknowledge that we don't dominate the ball at times. I acknowledge that Celtic have chances in the game. Yeah, I do, but I also acknowledge that that gulf in where they are financially, the resources that they have as a football club is dramatically greater than ours. But I think when you have Celtic supporters and staff and everything coming off and really acknowledging that we're a good side and that they know that they've been in a game, that doesn't sound great just now, but I think for me, what I've been asking for the players and what I've been trying to get out of the players, I think it's in some small way a comfort, and I also believe that in doing that, and if we can keep that level of consistency, that we will get our just rewards. Now that hurts just now and it hurts for the players, of course it does, but what do we do about it? We're not going to stand here and start crying about it. I commend the supporters here today as well, Scott. I thought the supporters were fantastic. I thought they stood with us throughout the game, and it looked as if we got our rewards for it in the dying embers. I'm not sure what minute it was we scored, whatever it was, 95 minutes, 96 minutes. And unfortunately we have a lapse of concentration with just about a minute and a half or so on the clock that's been added on, and we get punished for it. So yeah, difficult one to articulate at this minute in time, but in terms of again how we're functioning as a football club and as a football team, then I can't have too many gripes.
We obviously get ourselves back in the game. It looks as if we're getting a point. It got the other end of the park score. Is that just a lapse in concentration, caught up in the moment, do you think?
Yeah, we tried to reshape again once we had scored, so try to get that message onto the players, which to be fair sort of happened in what we were asking for, and I think all that happens is that we talk about handovers, we talk about tracking runners into the box, and we've got a particular way that we like to do that, and we come up short for that split second. O'Reilly gets in the end of it, it gets a free header, and I don't think at that point Liam Kelly's got any chance with it, but I just would love us just for that final minute just to be a little bit sharper in mind, because it's when you're at your weakest, I suppose, is when you've scored. But again, I'll speak to the players about it, I'll analyse it with them, we'll try and rectify it, but there's nobody more disappointed in it in that factor than them. And again, as a group of players, when I start to see 1, 2, 3 guys holding their hands up for what they felt was aspects that they could have done slightly better in the game, I'm a huge believer in that. I can't keep going over that. It's my decision to make. Then do they get to go again? Do I believe that they'll learn from a mistake? Do I believe that they're improving? And that's how I've always worked, Scott. So that's exactly what will happen off the back of this. It'll be a tough one really for the players over the next 24 hours. But what I insist on, and what's been very, very good, is that mentality, that strong mentality, to be able to come back on Monday morning and reapply themselves to what the game plan will be for Livingston away, and hopefully we were able to get rewards off the back of it.
Do you think it's testament to your team, to the fact that a 1-0 defeat to Rangers, where we feel as if we could have got more out of the game, last minute goal conceded against Celtic, is that testament to the team, to where we're playing at and that level that we're playing at?
Yeah, it is. I've spoke to a number of people, be it in the press, people out in the street, whatever it was, and people acknowledge that fact that we've got to play Rangers at Ibrox, and then straight after that you play Celtic at home, and there's almost that puff of the cheeks and that acceptance of, well, that's not going to result in anything. It hasn't, and they were right in that sense, but I think anybody that comes here and watches the game will acknowledge that I believe Motherwell are a very good side that are playing at a real high level, and I've stretched two teams that again are expected to blow the likes of ourselves away, and that's the bit that pleases me most. I think in terms of the identity, I spoke to you about this months ago, how we actually look. I sort of have a perception of what a Motherwell team looks like, and there was loads of evidence on the pitch again that's exactly what we are.
Thanks for your time, Stuart.